Welcome back here with us on Urban Debate on Mirror Now. Tomorrow, a new phase in India's vaccination drive is going to begin. Children in the age group of 12 to 14 years will become eligible for COVID vaccine. Some parents we've spoken to have raised concern as there is not much clarity on the efficacy of biological ease Corbevax that will be administered to children between the age of 12 to 14 years. Some experts feel that there is no need to vaccinate children. And to clear all your doubts on this, we are joined by Dr. N.K. Arora, Chief of National Technical Group Advisory Group on Immunization. Thank you very much, Dr. Arora, for joining us here on Urban Debate on Mirror Now this evening. It's an important day for the country tomorrow and the vaccination drive. What kind of targets are we looking at?
Thank you very much, Heena, for inviting me. It is indeed another step forwards to protect our population from the severe effects of COVID and the unfortunate fatalities we saw during the second wave. The vaccination is targeted towards 12 to 14-year-old children. And we have approximately between 7 to 7.7 crore and 20 lakhs, somewhere around that. And between 15 and 18, we have population of about 7 crores to 7.4 crores. So overall, between 12 and 18, we have 14.5 crore population.
Dr. Arora, the ongoing vaccination drive for teenagers in the age group of 15 to 17 started on 3rd of January with Covaccine. But here for the age group 12 to 14, Corbevax will be used. Any reason why Covaccine will not be given?
So it's a more supply and logistic issue. The available Covaccine is required for two age groups. One is for primary immunization of children between 15 to 18 years. And the second is it's also required for some primary immunization of elder population and the precaution dose for those who have received primary dose of Covaccine, although it is just 10%. But our 10% is around, it's about 11 or 12 crore people have received that as a primary dose. And so Covaccine is just sufficient to meet the program requirement for these two category of individuals. And therefore, now recently Corbevax has been approved by DCGI for 12 to 18 years, and therefore Corbevax for 12 to 14 years. So it's more availability of vaccine and supply logistics.
But we do not have enough information on the efficacy of biological ease Corbevax, and parents are concerned. How safe is it for children?
So the regulators and various technical groups look at the vaccine safety and immunogenicity data before it is released for public. So I'm sure none of us is aware about vaccines like pentavalent vaccine or injectable polio vaccines. These are available in scientific journals. Similarly, for Corbevax, the data has been seen both for adults and pediatric population by various scientific committees, including regulators. The vaccine is absolutely safe. In fact, the vaccine is also called a protein subunit vaccine. A certain protein component of the virus is used for this vaccination purpose. It's a very old platform. Almost for 40 years plus, we are using hepatitis B vaccine. It's the same platform which is used for Corbevax also, and there is ample experience with this. Even newborns are given hepatitis B, which is safe. So this vaccine, whatever data is available, it shows complete safety, and the antibody response is excellent. And in fact, as seen with other COVID vaccines, the antibody response or immune response is greater in children as compared to adults. And local reaction, swelling or fever is much less as compared to many other available vaccines. So there is, I would like to assure the viewers that the data has been seen. And I think in due course, the company will publish this data and put it in public domain.
Dr. Arora, do we have more vaccines in the pipeline for this particular age group, or is it just going to be Corbevax?
No, in fact, you're aware, we had Zycov-D as the first vaccine, which there has been concern that it's the first DNA vaccine or first vaccine of its platform globally, and therefore the experience in the adult population was necessary. While Corbevax is something which is on established vaccine platform, then we have another vaccine, Covaccine, which is also a protein subunit. I'm sure that should also, it should be under regulatory processes. There will be 2 other vaccines which may be coming up, mRNA vaccine for children also, for our Indian mRNA vaccine. So there would be a bouquet of vaccines available for both children and adults. And so at the moment, it has been started with Corbevax, but as you know, program has evolved over time as new evidence and new products are available.
Dr. Arora, now government has allowed a precaution dose for all above the age of 60 years. What are the plans to open it for all adults above the age of 18?
At the moment, see, many of these decisions, we have local data. There is global recommendations also. We are also watching what is happening around. So although many of us may feel that Omicron wave has subsided, we have only around 2,000 cases a day for last 1 or 2 days. So a certain degree of complacency may come in, but one cannot lower the guard at this time. What we have seen in last 2 days in China, suddenly the number of cases have increased. Hong Kong is having more cases. We hear of a variant called Delta-cron, which is a recombination of Delta and Omicron, how it will behave. Similarly, there are some variants of Omicron which have a different infectiousness property, but how they behave in terms of causing serious disease. So it's a rapidly evolving situation. And we are very particular about it. And I must also share with you that this is the time genomic surveillance becomes even more important. And within next 1 or 2 weeks, sewage surveillance will also be taken up so that when the number of cases are less, the circulating virus in our sewage and in the environment is also picked up and looked for genomic sequencing and if there is any variation occurring. So taking all these issues, I think decisions will come. But at the moment, all those who are above 60 years, irrespective of their comorbid situation, they are being given, plus these 12 to 18 years. And as you are aware, that almost 97% of our adult population has received at least 1 dose, and more than 80%, 82 or something, have received 2 doses of primary schedule. And this is what has really saved us during part of the second wave, not so much there, but particularly the third wave, because Omicron caused a lot of problem, even in North America, and particularly those who were unimmunized. So we may think Omicron was mild, but I think it was mild because most of us were well protected because of the vaccination and because of the natural infection we had, plus discipline the community had in terms of reduced social interaction, mask and hand washing. I would say many of us complain, but if we look at it on a larger perspective, I think we as Indians have behaved very responsibly during last 2 years.
Dr. Arora, some earlier had suggested that we are probably moving towards endemic phase as far as COVID is concerned. But now the updates from China and Hong Kong look scary.
So it will be too early to say, use words, what you are saying. In fact, we have to be very vigilant at this time. I will take you back into the history. September 17th or something, when we had 1 lakh cases. And by February 2021, that was September 2020. February 21, it was around 8,000 cases. And then March cases started. So it was about 5-6 months. And then cases started arising. May 7th, it was 4 lakh plus cases. Then it came down. It came down in December first week to around 6,000 or 7,000, 8,000 again. And then again it started rising. So you see this, the way things are. So to say at this time, we are done with pandemic, I think it will be premature. We need to be careful. We need to continue corona appropriate behavior. We should continue to protect ourselves as and when required and new policies come up for vaccination, and continue to be careful in terms of surveillance activities. This surveillance actually becomes even more important because all of us are tired also. There is a certain degree of fatigue. So if in this case, if a variant comes either in India or anywhere else in the world, we need to immediately start taking appropriate action.
Dr. Arora, thank you very much for joining us here on Urban Debate on Mirror Now this evening.
Thank you.
And with this, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for staying with us here on Urban Debate on Mirror Now. Heading into another short break. Lots lined up for you on the other side as well. Stay with us.